What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Gaboo. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is Grass and Groom, or Grass the Kid, actually, but we're going to affectionately call him Grass. I will definitely slip into saying Grass and Groom throughout this, but we're changing his name to Grass. And this is the round of 16 for the Champions League qualifiers. What does this mean? What is the significance of this round in the qualifiers? This is the last round of the qualifiers. The winner of this series gets a place in Champions League. The loser of this series will be placed into Challengers League. So a very, very significant and important portion of the tournament, and you have to bring your A game here. It's a terrifying thing for a player. I remember being in situations like this where it's the whole, kind of like the whole next month or two of your kind of competitive life is going to be based off of this performance on this one day in this one moment. So all the nerves are going to be going, all the jitters, and these players are going to have to figure out what they need to do to get wins here in this tournament game. And we see Gaboo here. Gaboo should be known as the winner of this game. No, Gaboo should be known. I'm getting distracted by the chat because I'm not sure what's being said. It's fine. So Gaboo here is known as a Loki player. So I'm incredibly surprised to see Gaboo going into game number 1 here, playing as Zeus on the map Tundra. This is a surprise for me because Tundra is an incredibly good Loki map in the fact that you get 2 lots of hunt in your starting base, which is really, really big. Whereas for Zeus, this map here against Arano, maybe against Uranos it might be all right, but against Norse, against even Egyptian, against even like some of the other Greek gods, Hades and Poseidon, I don't think this map is very good for Zeus at all. I think that for the most part, everyone is going to have a slightly better game against Zeus than Zeus is going to have against them for the most part, unless you get really, really unlucky with food spawns and everything. But Grass gets back food over here. He's leaving his hunter's main base, gets back gold mine. He's got these really safe back forests here behind towers. This is a really, really good map here for Grass and Groom. And we see Grass here going for something very, very spicy to begin the game with a forward temple. This is not what I expect to see in this matchup at all, as this is going to give Gaboo a really, really easy or really, really easy weakness to target early in this game to take down this temple and take down any sort of forward buildings here that Grass is going to be putting up. So we'll see how things are going to go as the temple comes up over here. Gaboo's finishing up with this hunt over here as well. And the big question here is going to be, is Gaboo going to be going for Hermes or for Athena? And we'll have to wait and see, because he's about to click up to the next stage. Now he builds one more villager, so going one more villager than I thought he would have there. Freya's already coming through for Gaboo as the Ravens are scouted around the entirety of Gaboo's map here. They will be spotting this hunt operation going on over there, so we'll see what's going to happen there. The Katoskopos causing some problems in this location over here, and we'll see what's going to happen. We've got the relics over here, the Girdle of Hippolyta here. This is a really, really big relic here for Grass to pick up. Also for Gaboo to pick up. An extra 5% HP on Toxotes or Throw an Axeman is a huge thing. We do see Hermes has got a choice here for Gaboo. We'll talk a little bit about how this forward temple is a really good option against Hermes in a second here. But this other relic over here, we've got this black... I love this relic. The Black Lotus here is such a big relic because it allows Greek players, or it allows Norse players to stick it out in the classical age without getting stuck there, because that extra 10% gather rate increase on farms means that if they need to farm in the classical age, they get plus effectively irrigation, which means they're going to be able to get tons of food income. Now, the reason why Hermes here is a little bit weaker against this kind of forward temple shenanigans, as we do see a bolt there onto that Valkyrie. The reason why it's a little bit weaker is because Hermes takes just a little bit longer to get going. So the early game, as we do see the forest fire getting thrown down over there, villagers just going to be moving up to this top wood line over here. Basically, because it takes a little bit longer to get going, the early game harass that Odin can put on to the Zeus player is a really, really big deal. So the big question is going to be, what is Gaboo going to be able to do with these Centaur right now? And the answer here is effectively the Centaur will be able to hit some raids because the Harass are not going to be in position. So the big question is, when will Gaboo be able to get out what he needs to get out? As we do see Odysseus coming through here, the raids have slowed down potential Sylvan Law, immediate Sylvan Law here as well. As this the Centaur gets taken out there. How did he get hit in that position there? The raiding cavalry can get over there, chase that Centaur down as well, get a little bit of damage done. We will be seeing them trying to cut that Centaur off as it's going to be retreating back into the main base. The Odysseus getting some good damage done on this position as well, as the Jason pulls back for the time being. The raiding cavalry are going to come in, attempting to get some damage done onto these heroes, as there's not a whole lot left back over there, as the Centaur are going to get chased down ever so slightly there, as the Odysseus probably not going to get taken down in this position. Lots of HP underneath the town center there as well, as we see Sylvan Law just about to come up, and you can just see with Gaboo here, he's getting himself watchtowers at this point. He's in such a difficult position here, as we see Ceasefire having to get clicked down there. What a start here for Grass. He has done everything that he wants to do here in this game, and he shows exactly the weakness of the Centaur opener here, the Hermes opener, as we see Military Academy getting thrown down, a Longhouse going down here as well. This is a really, really interesting idea, because what happens here is this Longhouse is going to be tanking Watchtower Fire, which means Gaboo's going to be having to be on top of refocusing his watchtowers onto the army, and Grass will be able to run through that main base with a lot more freedom than you might otherwise think. So we'll see how that's going to work here, as the Longhouse is up, and we'll see if Gaboo can actually get some resources spent. This is the problem here for Gaboo. He's got 600 food in the bank, 200 gold. He is at 35 population. If he'd spent all those resources, if he'd got down his military academy earlier, he would be in a completely fine position here. But because he's so delayed on this, it's going to take him so long to spend those resources. Grass could just walk in here and do whatever he wants. He's going straight after that Jason, trying to take down these villages. The watchtower is getting a good amount of damage done in this position as well, but the raiding cavalry are getting chased away. This low HP Centaur will have to be very, very careful here, as the watchtower is going to get taken down on this position over here. Centaur is getting a little bit of damage done, but Grass is going to continue to be able to put the damage down. Snipes down a villager there. Jason going to be left alive there with 10 HP. Does get sniped down there as well. A couple more units have fallen down for Grass, as he's going to be retreating back. Still pumping units out. 66 population to 43 population, as Grass will be able to continue putting pressure here, as Gaboo needs to retreat off of that wood line. Grass just pokes his head in there, forces the villagers back. Gaboo smartly retreats back onto that, or returns back onto that wood line, and Grass is going to return back through here as well. There are 3 hoplites here, which will be causing a little bit of a problem there, but as the Grass and Groom raiding cavalry swing around here, he will be pushing off this back wood line as well. As Gaboo doesn't pull all of his villagers here, these villagers might start getting taken down on this position here. We'll see if any of these will get away from here or not, as we do see the storehouse also getting deleted there. 2 villagers going down, 3 raiding cavalry going down. That's actually a good trade there for Grass. He gets 4 raiding cavalry going down. He gets the storehouse killed as well. So in a way, a very, very good trade there. As on the front there, we are seeing the units continuing to push in, and a Valkyrie coming out. The Valkyrie is really, really important here against the Centaur, as Gaboo not paying attention. He loses one of those very, very important Centaur there. The reason why the Valkyrie is so good is they can chase down those Centaur nicely, as well as the villagers get pushed off of that food line over there to boot, as the cavalry can kind of just sacrifice himself to get some DPS done onto those Centaur if they so choose there as well. As the throw and axemen are out, getting some good damage done onto the hoplites that are getting built out. His Centaur is still through, but Gaboo is just not being allowed to get any sort of significant value out of his Centaur, as he is sniping a handful of units here, but he is losing units as he is sniping them. As the villager over here getting sniped down there as the Valkyrie does come through. Don't want to be losing that Valkyrie for free there. Nice play from Gaboo as he manages to snipe that one off. Centaur getting pulled back over here as the temple is going to be getting torn down. Funnily enough, a really, really good way to play is to take that temple out, is to be raiding that temple, preventing favor from coming in. That's going to stop those Centaur from coming through, as we do see the Centaur going to get a little bit of damage done onto this position. It's still a significant advantage for Grass in this game. Nearly at 100 population there. He does snipe down the temple as the raiding cavalry are going to be pushing through over here as well. And it will seem like those raiding cavalry are going to be pulling back there for the time being. And we'll see how things are going to be motoring ahead here. Because now Gaboo, if he wants to continue building Centaur, he needs to rebuild the temple. And he will be doing that. But that's another 100 gold plus favor gather time that he's going to be losing out from that one there. As the units pushing through, pushing off of that wood line yet again. Gaboo does have himself nearly 900 wood in the bank. So he doesn't really need to be gathering wood at this point. But his units are getting caught out of position. The gold mine here is getting pushed off of as well. As we see the Valkyrie trying to push in over there as well. Throwing Axeman getting some good damage done onto those hoplites here as well, as they're retreating back, but they're mostly all getting sniped down as the villagers getting pushed off of this Auroch on the front of the base station. Not really going to be able to get a villager kill there without having more of a focus onto that position. Grass is losing a little bit of population here, but he is getting more and more villager kills, which is huge. Villager differential here is only 2 villagers at this point, as it seems like, I mean, Grass is probably mostly in on the dwarves here. He's got 14 dwarves, but he is mostly in on dwarves, I would assume. So his villager differential is still a little bit more than you would think, even though it's only 2 villagers. As the hoplite, as the Odysseus does manage to garrison into the town center over there. The villagers retreating back, and we will be seeing Gaboo gold starved at this point in the game. He's got no gold income here. The army is just going to happily sit underneath the town center. It doesn't matter losing a handful of military units here at all, so long as he continues to produce units and push Gaboo off of the gold. Now, Gaboo's score right now is still in front here for whatever reason, but the town center is going to be getting taken down. The Centaur are going to be getting pushed back over here. Harass are going to be able to chase these Centaur down. Gaboo is doing his best job here to try and get value out of these Centaurs. More Harass are going to be moving through here as the villagers are going to be popping out, going to try and get a little bit of shanking going on. The town center at half HP here, as the Valkyrie going to try and get in here as well. Does manage to snipe another Centaur there as well. Both of these 2 Centaurs still at full HP. Odysseus still over here with full HP to boot here, as the Centaur do get a little bit of damage done onto it, or just 1 hit actually, as the villagers get sniped down back into the town center. They go there, as the throw and axeman getting some damage down as well. Villagers getting sniped underneath the town center. They're going to be jumping into that town center as well, as Grass is going to be pulling back over here, going to be going after the villagers on the temple here. Not quite happy with taking out that town center. He's still at 80 population. It's 40 population in front of Gaboo, and Gaboo immediately going to be taking this opportunity to jump back onto that gold mine to get a couple of more units out here as well. As the army retreats back here as well, raiding cavalry coming back, all of the good stuff here as the Centaur try and sneak through on that location there. As Grass sneaks around the side here, we'll see how things are going to go as the villagers on this position here on the Aurochs might start getting harassed here. There is food all throughout the map, but Gaboo will manage to find this, and this is always the way to get back into the game, is to hit your opponent's economy. But we will be seeing Harass chasing these ones down as the Centaur have to leave from that location. They're going to be moving forward onto these caribou there as well. Much more safe position to be in as the stable gets sniped down. The units of Grass, they still probably should be just considering moving in here to just continue to put pressure on. Like, he's got so many more units than Gaboo here, and Gaboo is just trying to raid, and while he will be losing a handful of dwarves, it doesn't really matter, as Gaboo is just waiting. If he gets himself like medium cavalry here, he'll be able to take that town center down for sure at this point. As the villagers get pushed off, they were trying to eat that Auroch on the front there, but just not able to do so. As Gaboo retreats back ever so slightly, the Centaur coming back onto this position will be able to maybe pick off another villager over here as well. But the Valkyrie, they could come back and start chasing these Centaur down. Yes, the Valkyrie a little bit slow at only 5.5 speed, but they are a good option here nonetheless. As we do see a little bit of a healing going on as that Valkyrie comes in, gets a little bit of damage, almost snipes that one down. Villagers getting sniped down over there as well. Grass is all over Gaboo's economy right now. The villagers over here are also incredibly low HP. As the Centaur coming back, there's only 4 or 3 Centaur remaining now. As this back watchtower going to be getting sniped down. The villagers getting picked off in the main base, as well as the town center is going to get targeted down. The raiding cavalry coming through over here as well. And Gaboo, in that moment, cannot continue here in this game. And Grass gets that dub, showing exactly why the Centaur hoplite strategy that we've recently seen coming with a bit of a resurgent, but exactly why this strategy has not been used all too much recently. The aggression of the Norse players, especially the top Norse players in Soup, in Shadowfax, in Rappel, all of those top Norse players, Shelty, they've been getting really, really aggressive against the Centaur strategy and against the Hermes Odin play, and it's been really tough for Zeus players to get going using that strategy. And Grass has returned back to that aggressive play, and now the ball goes back into Gaboo's court and says, okay, well, if the Odin player is going to be aggressive against me, I've got to go for something different. We're going to see if he does that differently in the next game, or if Grass is just going to simply change gods here if he so chooses. We'll have to wait and see. First win to Grass. If you guys are enjoying this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.